Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, and today we are playing Satisfactory. Right now we're in an experimental build, but we have been actually playing this game for a while. We've been doing some streams and everything, and we have lots of factories already built. But we've been dealing with an issue, and that's what we're going to be fixing today. In this video, we're going to be actually building the factory buildings around the factories. But if you guys haven't yet seen our streams of when we play this for multiple hours straight, you guys can go ahead and check it down below. We stream on Kick. We don't really have a schedule yet, but you all can check out the Discord and everything else and figure out when I go live. But let's get on into this and wait for this thing to load forever. All right. And this is our factory. You guys are probably going to click off the video now, and I'm sorry. But our goal today in this video is to change how this things look. We're also getting massive lag spikes every now and again, and it's super annoying. But we do have a lot of things going on in this one factory. We have, you guys see over there, the hub. Where's it at? So there's the water in the desert for power. We got something over that direction, which is oil, and it's creating plastic and a bunch of other stuff. And then we have the rubber coming this way. I think it's off right now. But if we come all the way over here, you guys can see that we have some assembly lines we're cutting off because we're just switching lines back and forth and using them for different things. Because nothing's actually like set in stone. Nothing's like, I don't know, optimized enough to run through 50 different factories. A lot of the stuff is backed up because this one's being very slow. But we got a lot of stuff in here, so let's go through what we already have and how we're going to fix it. So, and this one I believe turns into rotors here in a bit. If I was to actually set it up, I believe, does it work still? Is it still going? Okay, it is still going, but the rotors are getting taken out into something else. And of course, this one down here is all screws and different things and rods and plates and everything. Basically, this whole first floor is all towards doing the rotors, and this entire second floor is full of a lot of things already. And I know you guys are gonna cringe so hard about how everything is set up right now, but a lot of the things are basically temporary, and I know a lot of people say that too, and they just do nothing else with it afterwards. But it is temporary. Honestly, this stuff goes into here. What's this one make again? I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've actually played. Okay, this makes encased industrial beams, and I have some split off over here, which we do have some, and then we got this going into heavy modular frames. And of course, we're making that because right now we are working on this, but right now we're actually working on other things too when it comes to that. We have some of the stuff here, and yes, by the way, before you look at this up here and like, oh, he's cheating in the game, my goal was to play the game a little bit, but then again, I want to practice or mess around with a lot of the buildings. So I don't want to spend 300 hours just gathering stuff. I want to just get into the building. I've seen many people play like that and do let's plays like that, and everybody seems to be fine with it. So I hope to God everybody doesn't start hating on me for it now. But yeah, we got a lot of things that just kind of going around here, and it does get really confusing. I have no idea what half of this stuff is sometimes, even after I've played on this game for many hours. And I still get confused. It's really bad. What's this go into? So this goes into this. This makes smart plating, but we are not taking it out anywhere. We actually probably could be storing that as we're speaking, like, because it's just sitting here not actually being used. So it's not going to hurt to store it, I guess. So let's go ahead and just do that. What's this, a Mark III belts? I haven't really used many of these. There we go. Let's get those out of there and start making that again. And pretty much this whole bottom half is just based off going into this machine here. We're lagging a lot. And that's pretty much what it is. All these things eventually come up somewhere. This was made for something else that originally was part of the space elevator. And then we still have it there, so it's just going to stay there for a few. We have factories down at the bottom, so some of the plates and rods that are being made down there for the first floor is getting divided up and taken up here. And then, of course, all of it's getting made into all the stuff you see up here. It's very confusing. We're making these, we're making reinforced, whatever these things are called, reinforced modular frames or whatever they're called, and a bunch of other crap. That's level 2, and level 3 does get a lot more messier. And it doesn't really seem like it because it's not so jam-packed together, but just the sheer amount of, like, oh god, the sheer amount of belts that are just going around everywhere, splitting off from down outside the factory, coming up 3 different lines coming up from outside the factory, multiple things different being split off and everything. We have the rotors and everything coming out when they're also getting combined with, I think it's a steel, no, that's the stators. Why is this blocked up? Oh, there's something inside of it that's not supposed to be. Oh, I was making something else a little bit ago. I must have gotten caught in there. Come on, let me get it. No. Yeah, can I grab it? It's right there. There it is. anyways, they'll start making stators over there. We did have some of them stored, but this is just a backlog now in case it does get backed up, which it does. And then they come out and make motors, and then those motors right now, since I'm not using them, I'm pretty sure some of them are going into the awesome sink because they make a lot of points per minute and everything. So pretty much this is a massive steel factory. Up here we're saving some of them, bringing them down, and yeah, it's a massive steel factory and making some of the pipes, some of the beams, a bunch of different things. It all looks chaotic, and I agree that it is chaotic, but in the end where they all go, eventually it all becomes something. It all is done something. And this right here is going to be like our other version of our steel factory. We want a steel factory that's making this stuff that we can just use for our building, because up there all the stuff that we're making, which is pretty much these and the pipes or whatever, those are all being used inside of other crafting recipes. So dividing up a bunch of machines into other recipes, it makes it to where you don't have anything to use. So that's what this up here is for. This is a bunch of these. I actually am not gonna lie, until this video I forgot this was up here. That's kind of sad. Holy crap. And finally, probably one of my favorite things that I've recently started was a whole nother factory elsewhere. Now this is the computer factory for say, I guess. Now I did finally unlock some alternate recipes by the time I got started on this factory. So if we come over here, you see that there's iron being split here, but it's making wire. Right now there's no power because I don't need any of this stuff right now, and I'm not backing it up. Plus we're dealing with a power issue, so that's going to be another thing we're going to be dealing with in another video, is making enough power. We do have certain glitches and everything, that's okay. But yeah, we have a bunch of iron over there being transported over to here, and it's being made into some copper wires and a bunch of other stuff. And then same thing over here, there's a bunch of iron back here and things we're bringing in copper, and it pretty much all just gets divided and splitted, and it gets taken into these, which get taken up through these little conveyor holes in the wall, which I love, by the way. I'm so glad I got these things opened up. We're lagging a lot, and you can see they just kind of cut up through the floor. Then we cut up here, and this is where the business is. Now I tried my best a little bit to make it kind of good, and I did. I had it all good, straight lines, everything looked good, and eventually I realized, okay, I need this instead of this, I need this now, and I need this here, and I need this there, and things just got confusing. So eventually we had issues like this where I just started putting them through lines and things like this. I mean, it doesn't look too awfully bad, but you guys can see over here, until I had to lift this up. Originally it was going straight, but that didn't work. But yeah, you guys can see that I attempted to make it look somewhat nicer, and it looks okay. And pretty much all this stuff comes over to here, which are making computers, which we had a bunch of them. Do we still have some stored over here? We only have 9, but you guys can see basically over time what it was in the beginning when I showed you and where I was at. When I started making a second factory, I had even more stuff unlocked. Also, all this plastic and everything is coming from the same plastic factory, or the oil factory that I showed you guys, or not showed you guys, but told you guys about, with the oil that was bringing all the rubber to my main base. Yeah, that's all coming from there too, and we're making lots of it. And I'm not using drones right yet, I'm not using trains yet, so we're pretty much have a Mark III conveyor belt all the way probably about 300, or no, I'd say about 800 meters that direction, all the way through the forest, all the way down through here and into the final area that it needs to be at. And that's where we're at. And I've been trying my best to make this area look good. We're trying to put rails up and everything, and we're trying to put walkways. We're designing everything, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys a look through of what we're doing first before we just jump on into it and confuse everybody. Or for some of you guys out there that has built before and know exactly what's going on, you guys are probably scratching your head over here, confused and hurt and just everything. I'm sorry, but we're getting through this. We're still learning the game myself. And I guess this is going to be where we're first going to start out. I kind of want to make this place look nice, but here's the issue. These trees, I can't get some of these trees out of here. They're massive trees, and I didn't think about that before building. I really didn't think about that. Now I could build around it and make it part of the factory and everything, and just make like a cool little design in the middle of the factory where a tree is growing up right in the middle of it and we just can't remove it. But I don't really want to do that, and it's very frustrating too. So wait, do we have the wrong ones? Okay, there we go. But I don't really want to, oh, it's not on Zoop. I don't really want to try to destroy everything, but I kind of want to just like combine everything together and make it a part of the factory, I guess. But I don't know how to do this. I'm not very good at this. I'm gonna have to practice a lot, play around with a lot of the different things we have. But here's my issue. This whole factory isn't even running, and I'm going to be choosing to make this thing look good. So we're also going to have to do power probably in the next episode. Now, I don't know how many episodes we're going to be doing. I don't know how the series is going to go, if we continue to do the series, or what's going to really happen. It basically just depends on, for one, if I enjoy doing long episodes or taking multiple hours to do all this, and if you guys are going to be enjoying this also, because you guys got to be able to enjoy it for me to constantly be doing. Did I just place 2? It sounded like I placed 2, but you know, if I want to be putting all this work into doing episodes, I would, you know, make sure to make them if you guys enjoy them also. So if you guys do, please make sure to drop a like and let me know if you guys do enjoy these. Bad thing is, there's no real easy way to get through, because if I cut between these 2 buildings, I'm still hitting that building down there, and that's going to look bad. So my only option is to go further forward to cut out this direction. But once again, we got this big tree in the way, and I don't think this is one of them we can destroy, as far as I know, because the leaves come from up there. Now, I know it's not from this tree, because that one I can destroy, so I'm pretty sure it's from this tree. And that's the crappy dang, dude. I gotta get rid of this tree somehow. I wonder if explosives can take care of it. Damn. The fuck did it just delete? Or try to delete? All right, so we've been working on this a little bit. I don't really know how I feel about it. I might try it out, but we've been doing something with the ceiling up here and then like the wall collars. I do want to color coordinate certain buildings for certain things. And for me, even though I'm an AMD user, Intel usually is what comes to most people's minds whenever they think computers, and this is going to be a computer factory. And of course, Intel's the CPU, but that's usually, you know, on the computer, powered by Intel. So for some reason, that's what comes to mind. So this is kind of like my design of my look of industrial. I mean, of course, it's not finished. There's can be a lot more I can do, like taking out the power poles and using like the wall plugs now that the building's more of a encased area. That could be the way to go. I also didn't realize that this wasn't up against the wall, and that does kind of bother me, so we might have to move this. There we go. Now it's up against the wall. There's like little gaps here, but as you can see, you can't follow in those. And then we have this like almost, I mean, as far as it looks, and I didn't really count, but it looks like it right down the middle. But we can go ahead and put like the wall plugs and stuff. You guys are trapped in here for good. Put some wall plugs in, get rid of those, get rid of this tree sticking out the side. We're gonna figure something to do with the top. But one thing that I want, because it drives me nuts not being able to see, and I do have my flashlight on, as you guys can see. One thing that drives me nuts is not being able to see when I'm inside of the actual building. So when it gets nighttime, when I tell you you can't see, you might as well be blind when it comes to this game and it turning nighttime. It really sucks. And of course, there's one way to figure this out or fix this all. Be the light control panels and all the different types of lights: ceiling lights, wall mounted lights, floodlights, street lights, and things like that. And of course, signs that make things look pretty, but we don't have what we need to make these things. We need quick wire, which means we need to finally get up another factory. Nothing crazy big right now. There's one directly that way, 250 meters. Okay. All right, here we are. Sweet, finally. And this is a normal node. Let's go ahead and see here. All right, sweet. Yeah, so we can easily just put one here real quick. Put a Mark II down. Can we? We can. I actually haven't used Mark IIs in a while. I guess we might build a, we got area over here. We could build a factory right here for lights, I guess. Are lights craftable? I don't know. They're craftable by hand, but are they craftable by a machine? Oh, look, my messy coal factory. This was my very first coal factory I ever built, and it's still producing power. But I have a whole nother one somewhere else too. And right now we're also diddling around with fuel, so that will be obsolete here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's see something. So we have that. We need the smelter, possibly. I don't think there's an alternate recipe just yet that I have for quick wire. There shouldn't be. So this is going to be cadmium ore, or going to be turning into ingots. Go ahead and break this down, and then that needs to be into a constructor, because it doesn't take more than one thing, I don't believe. Let's see here. Quick wire. There we go. So now we just need to pull some power, which is like right over there. There's our factory right there. So we should be able to pull some relatively soon. Let's see. Can we reach it from here? We cannot. I kind of just ran power just like up walls and up hills and just random areas. Oh, there it is. Nice. And hopefully this doesn't break the thing, because we are getting very close to our power limit right now, if I'm being completely honest with you. Now this won't be a factory just yet. This is just to get us started. Yeah, so we're using 1,000 something out of 1,700. That's not good. So this shouldn't break it. I wouldn't think. What are we using now? To be honest, it's kind of fluctuating because some machines turn off when they're not being used and everything else. So the power's kind of fluctuating, but I think we should be good. It says the max consumption. I don't know what the heck this one actually means. Oh, that's how much we can consume? I don't know. But yeah, this should start working here soon. Oh, wait, no, it won't. We don't have belts. There we go. Put you into there. Put you into there. Nice. So get rid of all of this. Like I said, this is going to be temporary, by the way, so none of this stuff is going to look fancy and fantastic, because I don't care about that right now. I'm just wanting a little bit of quick wire just so we can get the stuff. Once we think we really need it and we actually have like recipes that actually need a lot of quick wire, we'll make a massive factory out of it. But let's see here. This doesn't take long, so let's just throw a couple of these in there to get a bunch of quick wire pretty fast, because I can already tell you right now these are bottlenecked like crazy. Oh, we can also do these too. These are Mark IIs. How much power is that taking? Just for a little bit. We're gonna tank this machine. Oh my god, yeah, this is going pretty fast. This is still not going as fast as I would like to, but that's okay. So right now it says we're creating up to 120 per minute, and this is making up to 37 per minute. So yeah, we're definitely not. Okay, we should definitely split this up and do this better, because we could definitely be maximizing what comes out of this. So let's go ahead and take this down real quick. Let's maximize what we got here real quick. We need a couple of smelters. Shoot, we gotta run back and get iron. I'm so far from my base. Where's it even at? Oh my god. It's that direction. Okay. So let's just say if we was actually pushing enough here, how much? Okay, we're doing about 300 minutes. So we're still gonna bottleneck this, which is okay. But to maximize this potential here, we are going to need 3 of these. So we already got 2 here. Let's go ahead and just do this. And then we're going to get a splitter. This is if everything's working right. I don't have all the stuff to make this. I wish I did. This will be a little finicky, but that's okay. I don't care. It ain't going to bother me none. Because like I said, all this is temporary. I'm just trying to get a bunch of them real quick. So that one's full. That one's full. So now we need more power lines. I didn't bring power lines off like I was supposed to. Okay, so this is going to be configured into this. Wait, if we copy this and placed it into this, will we have... Oh my god, it does actually. Awesome. Sweet. So we're making a lot right now. We need it to go into this, so we need a merger. You guys are probably like, this is simple stuff. Like, what are you talking about? I know this, guys. This is me talking out loud, and I'm trying to make, I don't know, content that some people might want to watch. So I'm sorry if you know all this stuff and it gets boring to you. We will get into more interesting stuff here in a little bit. All right, and there's our little fast little thing of quick wire. Let's go ahead and just max this out. We were 150. We already only had 120, so if we take this down to 120, so that should be fine. Yeah, we should be good. I mean, it's still a little backed up, but I don't honestly see it doing too awfully bad. I could probably do better. Let's be honest, I could probably do better than this, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and just throw another one in there. We'll overclock this faster than what it actually needs to be. All right, so we got some quick wire. Let's go ahead and, is it in logistics? No, it's in organization. I don't know how this is supposed to be an organization, but we can place these up here now. Whoa, lag spike. Okay, so where are we at here? We're on this angle. Let's go ahead and angle it this way, maybe. Place one there. Make sure it's on the same little doodad over there. Bring this. Must be built on a ceiling, bro. There's something literally right there. We can only be between 2 big poles. Oh no, I messed that one up. So this will be lights. That'd be kind of cool. This might look awesome. Now we also need a lighting control thing. We're also missing AI limiters. The heck is that? AI limiter. So this is just copper sheets and quick wire, bro. This is easy. All right, hold up. All right, so from my understanding, we just lay this down, and then I don't really know how this all works. So power goes into here with a wire, or however, and then power goes up to the lights. I don't. Let's see here. That one's full. We got something here we can grab. Let's put this there. So that controls the lights, the intensities. Okay, so connect this to this. This is just temporary. Just give me a moment. All right, and it's on. It doesn't look like it's carrying the same properties. Hold up, green. It's not turning green. Is there something I'm supposed to do? Turn it off and back on. Turn it off. It turns that off like it's supposed to. Turn it back on. Wait, so this one is... Wait, can these ones not change? And these ones can? Maybe? I have no idea how that section of the game works. We might just go the walls then. We might do the wall ones, because these are actually a lot cooler than these ones, to be honest with you. Now, we might go through couple different like ways of doing it. We might try different ones, but let's go ahead and try a wall mounted first. Let's do like directly under this. I don't think I want it clipping though. All right, there we go. We got some light, I guess. We're messing with it a little bit. It's a little confusing, a little, I don't know. It's something a little annoying. Plus that wire hanging in front of the light's kind of bothering me too. I feel like we're not really going to be able to see the full detail unless we cover up the roof, which actually would look kind of good with the roof on top, but then the support beams there holding the roof from collapsing in since it's such a big box. All right, let's test it after the thing is on. So it doesn't look any different. It's like there's still light leaking in from somewhere. Like over here, it just feels so weird. Oh, well, there's a thing open. Maybe that'll change something. We're still getting radiation from something. What about this? Can we just like somehow just close this off? Now we're completely encased. So what happens if we turn this off? I want to see if it does anything whatsoever. It does make it a lot darker in here. Lighting just works weird in this game. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it, but in here's not really the place I want to be showcasing. In this wall here is. That kind of drives me nuts that that's not centered. We'll fix it. But, and here's what I want to showcase. But the bad thing is I can't because there's a freaking massive tree. There's no way to fix that. And this is probably what I'm thinking about doing right here. So I went down with a ramp over there. You guys can see I went down from that area. Let's go ahead and just remove these three so these aren't needed. But we now have a split off here so you can go left or right. You go over and around this little corner, go down the hill so you're coming down below this tree, which kind of works because like you're with the tree, but you're not like so far into it that you can't see anything. And then let's see how far over we can go. Does this glitch in too much? Does it look bad? I mean, that doesn't look bad. It's like, it's not too in your face and like, ha, I'm glitching. So I don't think it looks very bad personally. Let's see here. So we take this and then we go up instead. Well, come on. Go up. There we go. That's not glitching in. So now we should be able to take this slightly across. And there is something glitching right here. I mean, as long as we're not really paying attention to it, does it look that bad? I don't think it looks that bad because I mean, literally, if we're just running and you guys didn't know that that was there and it didn't highlight itself like that, if I was just running past this like this, you wouldn't have noticed it, honestly. Now thinking about it, though, we could have pulled this back to this wall, but I don't really want that either. So I feel like if it's all the way back against this wall, it's too far from the factories and you can't just look. Whoop, you can't just look down over the factories and see if they're running. Because walking up here, you'd definitely be able to see if these are running like this. Without a doubt. So I think that's what we're going to do. And we can also do some sort of floors here, maybe. That's definitely going to glitch in. Too bad we couldn't do that. That'd be kind of cool. But to make it look, I guess, somewhat better, if we can find the doors. I think it's an architecture. We go down. Maybe not. It's in walls? Yeah, it's in walls. Okay. So automated gate. We definitely don't need the other gate then. To me, this looks fine. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are going to be triggered that it's this way or whatever, but I don't think this is half bad. That's not bad. Bad thing is I built the entire factory before I did all this, so it's not all snapped onto the grid, and I messed up that big time. So I can't really, I mean, I could, but I don't really want to go through and redo all of this. So now I got to figure out a way to, I don't know, like really make this look good. I think, let's see what down here. Oh yeah, this is definitely my favorite part. This is definitely my favorite part. Just seeing the end results of it go over belts and turning into the machine, and they all just come here, and then you can see the output of it all here. That has to be my favorite thing. Now that should probably be a door of some sort or a hole, but still, that's, I think this is just amazing here. So we're definitely going to keep this as part of the build, so that you definitely be able to see that. There we go. I think we can just close this corner off here, and the rest of it we won't even be able to see. I'm just going to get to where you can't see the rest of the factory that's not being used. Now once we actually, you know, make it usable, maybe, just maybe. But for now, this definitely looks fine. All right, so let's go ahead and enable fly mode for you guys for a second. Now that everything's jam-packed, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of driving me nuts with this tree here because it's, see how it's poking out through the wall? I didn't think about that, like I said beforehand, when I was building everything. So now technically, I just need to put a roof on, throw some lights in here, make everything look pretty, paint everything, do different color coordinations for everything. But dude, this is actually starting to look okay. Now, that's a little weird because it's all floating, the walkway and everything. So we're gonna definitely make some support beams for those. But these walls are okay, but I'm gonna be painting those. We're gonna be doing the same design over here with this concrete stuff on top with the beams on the inside and everything. But man, I really wish there was a way to at least, like, if you don't want us to knock down these big trees, fine, I get it. But at least let us trim up the trees. That would be awesome, like trim off the limbs and stuff. Or just like go through and start grabbing at it like biomass and tearing off the limbs and you have a bare tree. That'd be kind of cool. So minus the things floating, which we'll be changing here soon, like the little walkways, and there'd be trees in the way, which, I mean, it's not bad, but it is kind of annoying, especially when we're jumping around like that. Everything gets in your face. We have all this here. This is all ready to go. It all goes back. We should still put the hole there. Come back up, and eventually it will wrap around back over to here. And there we go. Now I'm thinking to myself over here, what color would I want the walkways to be? I want them to be weird. I don't want it to be like normal. Customization's already applied. Wait, what? Wait, is it only the outside that gets painted? Let's try like a bright pink. Let's see. Oh, so it's like the outside. Dude, that's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I know this might seem a little weird, but I kind of like the pinkness of that. That's actually really, really cool. Let's go ahead and just send this through the whole thing. Now, maybe not the walls. I think that might be too much pink, especially for like walls. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I painted my machine. Oh, wait, I painted this machine down here. No. We'll fix that in a minute. Because we're going to be changing all the machine colors too to match what is going through them. So copper is going to be like a yellowish, orangish, or whatever they got in the game. Okay, sweet. Yeah, but anyways, copper is going to be like a yellowish, orangish. Like the screws are going to be blue. The plastic's going to be blue. Might be like a darker blue or a lighter blue, whichever. This is going to be like a black. We're just going to pretty much customize all the color coordinations in here. And then I guess start on the roofing of everything and then putting support beams under here. And I think that would look really, really nice. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Customize that color for this one. And then screws come out of it. So the screws, I guess, are fine. We can technically, oh, we can color coordinate these too. That is so cool. I didn't realize we can color coordinate these things over here. Materials. Ooh, patterns. Wait, what? That's so cool. Okay, so I think with this one, we'll go ahead and do this color here. And this one. And it's so nice being able to customize things like this. It really is. Whoa. I've never really forced myself to do stuff like this. Like during live streams, even when it's multiple hours of live streaming and everything, I've always worried about just messing with these things and making them look kind of fancy when it comes to building and everything. I really should have worried about like design, because like these things are nice once you start changing colors of things. Like these ones here, those would be green, so that we can do like number 5. This is so nice. Okay, I'm stuck. Go ahead and change you, and I guess we'll change you because you're bringing out those things. Do we have like a color of black? We do. Okay, so these can be black because the items on it are dark, like that. Black collar. Okay, sweet. We can do that one, that one. Where's it come from? So it comes from this one over here. Okay. Go ahead and customize that. Customize that. Now we got one more over here. Now, I can't actually begin to explain how fun this actually is. Now, I see why some people do it all the time. People take hours and hours, if not days, just customizing their machines. And I'm like, what? It makes no sense. No, now it makes sense, actually. Okay, sweet. And then copper goes through these ones. These ones are already yellow. Copper goes through there, already yellow. That's kind of cool. There we go. Sweet. And then we can go ahead and get started on, I guess, making these things look like they're not floating in the middle of the air. I don't know how I'm gonna really do that. Look through the wall things. I know there's like architectural things like this, support beams, pillars. I guess we'll have to do it there for a second like that just to get it started. But why is it like going on top? I want it being down here, bro. There it goes. Ooh, we could use these in kind of a special little way. And finally, after enough work, probably around 30 minutes work, I guess you could say, so not a bunch, we finally got something done in here. Now, it looks a little because it's just a repeating pattern, but these lights over there weren't really doing much of anything. Like, that's on the same intensity as these are, and you can see how well it's lighting it up down there. But I arched them upwards a little bit just to give it a little bit more room in the middle, or a little bit more light in the middle, because I couldn't fit another one of these in the middle. It just won't work, even if I rotate them the other way. They just don't work. I don't know. So now we're just stuck with these ones like this. Those ones over there are kind of just janky thrown around because they're over there where you can't technically walk at. But yeah, this is what we came up with. We got a couple lights here. I'm actually gonna remove these because, oh, that was the attachment point. Where did that attach to originally? There? Uh-oh. I messed it up. So they're all attached. Judging by how I killed the whole thing, I'm pretty sure that was the one that attached to the whole system, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Whoa, that's the wrong one. There we go. Everything looks a lot better now. We're back to the way it was. We don't have that ugly one down here. But I think this looks okay now. Like I said, if the trees were like gone or even smaller, I guess you can say, to where we can actually put plant-based decorations around our land or around the building, that would look fine. And of course I have it to where you're supposed to be up here. You're not supposed to be down there. Of course we can just jump down there, but that's the reason why all this is lifted up. So it's going to be a mess down there, but this is the only walkway that we have in here. I think this factory looks okay, but the outside of it looks horrible. And we also got a couple things I want to do to the thing first. But if we go ahead and look at the, I think it's in the walls area, we have single windows and then framed windows, panel windows, reinforced windows, and full frame windows, hex frame windows, other things. I'm missing something. So we're missing silica. If we look up how to do this, this is apparently from quartz. Raw quartz into silica, or raw quartz and limestone is that. So let's go ahead and possibly scan for it. Let's look where the raw quartz are. Whoa. Oh my God. All right, let's make a trip real quick, I guess. Down the silica, or the raw quartz. I mean, Jesus Christ, we scanned it again. There's another one 2,000 meters that way. But yeah, we got some literally right here. We got one right there, and right there. So it literally just looks like the regular things. So we just use a Mark II, I guess. I mean, the more the merrier, right? So there's a flat land right here. We could technically make an okay factory, I guess. Dang it, and of course we're missing stuff. All right, got another one. We should have enough materials to build this one, and then one more. We do. Nice. Do we need all these? Probably not. Will they be used for something else in the future? I have no clue. I don't really know much about silica. So there we go. And then what can we do here? So I think, do we need to smelt it? I don't know how this works. Put this down. Let's see. It doesn't look like it needs smelted, to be honest, because there's nothing in here for that. Which makes no sense, though. How are we making something into glass without smelting it? Is it like in the foundry or the refinery or something? So that gets turned into this. How? Produce in an assembler. All right, bam and bam. Now we probably don't need this much, but I'd rather not have to wait. Come on, guys, get out of the way. I'd rather not have to wait to get my glass stuff and everything. If I need it, it's gonna be there. And there we go. Now we just needed to redirect power from over 1,000 meters this direction. All right, and we should be producing, as far as I know. Oh, I forgot to hook everything else up. Oh well, some of them I forgot to hook up. That was my fault. Let's go ahead and just. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There, I forgot we could do that. Click on it there, and then you can just add a pole in between the wires. I so forgot about that. And so these things are going now. Yeah, look at that. Wait, is it? That number was moving, I thought. Oh my God, these things are so slow. Wait, whoa. Before we overclock, how much power are we pulling? We're pulling a good amount. This might not be able to be done. Let's just see. How's this turn? Let's see. Up to 93 a minute. Wow. All right, let's look here. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Even just adding a simple window. Now this is gonna have to change. Definitely. A lot of these wires are going to have to change eventually, but this looks just so much nicer just having a window in the freaking base. You can see outside of it. Now, what about from a distance, like actually out there? Let's go ahead and just like, let's put like a door here because we definitely need a door somewhere. We have no doors here whatsoever. Come on. Okay, I guess it's glitched out. Looking at this thing from a distance now, minus the random blue wall in it, I think that looks a lot nicer than what it did. Now, would it look better if most of this wall is glass instead? Probably not. If I'm being honest with you, probably not. All right, so after looking at it, too much of the same design, I feel. That's just a bit much. I think 2 rows would look good, but maybe not like this one here. So if we just go like the full frame window instead, will this look better? Because what I'm saying about it being too busy is all the lines in it. So that looks a lot better. Now it would also look really good if the whole thing was like that, like I had it before. But this, there's all the lines here, and then there's all the lines from the ceiling in there, and then the beams across, and then the actual walkways across. There was just a lot on the screen at one time in that one little section, and I don't think that looked right. So let's go ahead. Just do this. Let's try it. So yeah, that looks pretty decent. Minus the pole being in my way, so I can't stand back. That looks okay. Now, like we said last time, does it look good when most of it is turned that way? I kind of like that, not gonna lie. Now we just need to figure out what to do on the bottoms and everything else. Like, we really got to figure this part out, because this part I don't understand what I'm wanting to do. We can maybe go ahead and try painting the rest of it. I think it was a blue, right? Yeah, it was this blue. Can we do the windows? We can do the window bars. That's so cool. Wait, so what if we do like a red? Oh, you can't really see it. What? Well, that's no fun. But anyways, I think that looks really good. Now, how do we get up to these things? And this might look a little ugly with it being right in the middle, so we could probably move it to the side a bit more. But I kind of like it because this area isn't too busy, so it's not too bad having something like that directly in the middle. We can look out the window this way. You can look in from outside and everything. That doesn't look too bad. Now we can of course do windows over here if we really wanted to. I feel like this right here would be a good place for the windows. Maybe not there because it's up against the door. Do something like this. Now we can either continue using these windows, or we can use the hex ones here, but once again with all the busyness on the other side, I feel like that might be a bit much. Also, this is where you're going to definitely find out that I did the numbers wrong on dividing the walls. No, I didn't. I didn't do the numbers wrong on dividing the walls. Nice. I actually didn't even count that, to be honest. I just kind of placed everything hoping it would work. Yeah, this looks really nice. And of course, this room still needs lights. I don't have any lights in this room, but I guess maybe having the windows here would make it brighter. I don't know. Wait a second. Hold on. Can we paint this door? Now, I really want to figure out how to make this area look really good, because I want the outside to look really nice, where you walk up and you're like, oh my God, what is this factory? And then you walk inside, it's like, oh, it's just a simple computer factory. And finally, after a little bit of work, running back and forth and getting things that we didn't have, we finally have something I think I'm proud of, honestly. Like, without a doubt, I'm proud of it. We have something over here and here that's questionable. I mean, I'm just messing with some things. They're pretty much just signs. That's all they are. I was messing with these. I've seen people do it before, so I just changed like the color, changed it to emission strength to 3, and then to glossy. And that's what all the settings are for all these, just to mess around with something to make it a bit more fun. And it kind of works. Also, this sunset coming up over there causing like a light cast onto the front of the building honestly has to be the perfect timing to be showing you guys the front of the building, considering it's literally smacking in the front of the building. Now, not everything is done yet. I mean, it's pretty much there. I got the front of this done, and then we went ahead and put the lights in here. Once again, we just did the whole roof, or the whole ceiling, I mean, completely filled with lights. Of course, they glitch out on certain areas and everything because, well, the lighting in this game kind of doesn't render right. I actually turned up my render distance and everything else, and it still does it. So it's just honestly how the light works in this building. And same for here. Sometimes it pops in, sometimes it doesn't. And then of course we put the beams under this main middle area that kind of hovers. That one will fix too if it's an issue, but I think since it's closer to the wall, it should be fine. But this middle piece is floating out in the middle, definitely needed supported, and it is now. And I think that's it. I mean, I really don't know what else to do to this building other than paint it. Because mainly I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to build. I've looked up videos and everything on how to do certain things, and there's just like little tricks and tips that they're doing. I still don't have everything unlocked in the awesome sync, to be honest with you, and all the different building things. I was messing with something here, which is kind of an idea. Also, this is recessed or like brought off the wall a little bit, so it's not just flat against the wall. We did do that. We put a pillar across on both sides. They have like a little section in the middle. We'll go ahead and enable a flying just to be able to show you guys. It has this little section between. Actually, we're small enough to fit in this section of that. That's kind of cool. But if you guys have any ideas of things that you think I should add to this factory, let me know, and we could definitely come back to this one of these days and mess with this specific factory. And like I said, this was the better looking factory, so it didn't take too much work to get it to the place that I wanted it to be. And the other factories, they're just completely out in the open, and the ones that are boxed in are just straight little boxes, and they're all just everywhere, and I think they need some work. So I really would like to continue working on this. I might continue working on this in a live stream, because the video probably ain't gonna be too long, but I might be keeping a lot into this video, so it could also be really long. So this video was basically just me decorating a building, not doing a too good of a job, but for me as a person that doesn't build in this game, not doing too bad of a job, I would like to say so myself. So if you guys have any ideas on factory builds and things that we should do to the actual walls and any ways to cover this stuff up or whatever it is I got to do, let me know what you guys think, and I will do my best to put that into works. And also let me know how to fix this. Like, I don't know how we can just like squeeze it in there and make it work, but I hope you guys enjoy this little video. This is like my first video on Satisfactory, so we're going to be learning a bit on our ways in how to make Satisfactory videos and how to make them more entertaining. So if you don't mind, stick with me through this. We'll get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.